Rell's update has been teased for over half a year now, and it's still unknown when exactly we are going to get it, or when we're going to get more information to it. There have been several leaks, but I'm not too sure how believable they are. So in order to not tire out on Rell content, in this video I will talk about 5 realistic changes Rell might receive one day. Number 1. Shattering Stike applies break the mold on every enemy hit. Let's address the elephant in the room first. The change for Rell that most of the community agrees upon is a change to Rell's Q, which makes it apply Rell's passive, break the mold, on every target hit. This is a quality of life change that will finally motivate Rell players to pay more attention to her passive. Because in the state it is now, no one really cares about Rell's passive once the laning phase is over. So in my opinion, a very realistic change. Number 2. Casting Shattering Stike while in Breakdown. Rell is already able to cast both Attract and Repel and Magnetstorm during Breakdown, along with every single activatable item in the game, such as Sonya's Hourglass or Gourd Drinker. So why not allow her to cast her Q, Shattering Stike, in there as well? This is another quality of life change that can make certain matchups more endurable, without removing any counterplay for the enemies against Rell. The only champion who would have something against that change is Morgana, but all the others would not really care, with Rell players appreciating it a lot. Number 3. Adding a bonus effect to Magnetstorm. In this one, I'm not asking for a ridiculous change, like adding a ground effect to it, which would make it way too strong. A suggestion I would make is adding a similar mechanic to Magnetstorm as Victor's E, where something comes into play the moment enemies are inside the ultimate for a certain amount of time. Something I would think is realistic is affecting them with a smoke grenade-like blinding effect, similar to Graves' E. Just think about it, with all the metal flying around, one piece is about to hit the enemy's eyes and blind them. Decreasing Attract and Repel's cooldown. Attract and Repel is a very problematic ability. Any buff could make it too strong and any nerf could make it absolutely terrible, because it's so easy to apply and remove certain amount of counterplay from the enemy team. As it is right now, I personally think it is on the weaker side, which has to do with its cooldown being a flat 13 seconds. The thing is, I do not want to decrease its cooldown flat, because that could make it too strong. In my mind, there are 2 ways it could be handled. Either the Rell player gets rewarded for playing it well, which includes decreasing the cooldown of Attract and Repel for every enemy hit, or it gets decreased when no one gets hit. Yes, it sounds weird. Why would Rell be rewarded for misplaying? But I don't think it's too far-fetched, since Rell's E can be really hard to hit without proper setup, and sometimes it even bugs out and activates even though you just wanted to connect to another ally. Number 5. Regenerating Rells Shield while unmounted. One of the biggest questions when laning with Rell is if you want to play mounted or unmounted. But as it is right now, playing unmounted can be a real pain, because the neutral game is heavily impacted by the state of your shield. And once it's gone, it's gone. In these situations, if you want to get your shield back but still want to play unmounted, you have to first mount up and then use breakdown again, just to regain your shield. Of course, the regening of the shield would happen out of combat. A similar mechanic to Garen's passive would be good, I would say. But what do you think? Which changes do you think are realistic to Rell, and how would you implement them? Let me know down below. But that's gonna be it for me. See you all in the next video.